Okay, so now we have the magnetic lasso tool, which is a little bit different than the polygonal lasso tool. The magnetic lasso tool allows us to, similar to both the other lasso tools, to create a freeform selection, except this one's working similar to an actual magnet where it clings to a certain color pixel. How does it decide what pixels this clings to? It's going to use the contrast of the object you're tracing to cling to that object. So an example is here. If I click and I start dragging my mouse around, okay, you're going to see it starts clinging to this hot air balloon. Okay, you can move fast around it and it should still create a pretty good selection. You'll see it is plotting points automatically, which we didn't see with the polygonal lasso tool, but that's what it would look like if it did show you the plots. Now, something to keep in mind is if you move faster, you might have mistakes. And then also when you get to areas like you're about to see down here, you're going to see that there is it's going to be hard for the tool to pick up these locations. So what you do is you click, click, click until you get to the bottom of this basket. And now when you drag your mouse, it will pick up those pixels again. And then you just click, 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 click. The reason is because the pixels are similar in color to the strings, it can't pick up what's there. And then you could just add hue and saturation. Again, you don't have to do this, but this is just for this picture, okay? And there we go, it was on the wrong layer, okay? With this picture, you're going to be selecting the objects in each picture and then removing the background. So you're gonna use this tool, and all you're going to do is start clicking and dragging your mouse around the edges. Again, you can do this fast if you would like, but it may not create a great selection. So slower is better when you're using this tool. If you see it is not plotting points, you can actually plot your own points like we did with the hot air balloon. Okay, if it does mess up as you're tracing, you can go back just like we did in the previous videos with another selection tool such as like the regular lasso tool or maybe even like the magic wand tool. So what I would do with this is when you get into the middle of the flower, I would just click so that it kind of plots that point for you without any problem. Okay, so you just keep on going. So see, it made a mistake, so I'm going to go back after I'm done. And that's why I would click when you get to the end here to make sure it forces it to plot the points for you. Okay, so I'm going to keep on going. And then when you get to the top here, you just click. Okay, now I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to take my magic wand tool. I'm going to press add to selection. Oh, what happened? I'm on the wrong layer. That's what happened. So I'm going to hold down shift. Okay, that's not working. So we'll switch back to the lasso tool. And I'll do the polygonal lasso tool because it's straight. So I'm going to hold down, I'm going to shift click, click, click. And remember when you're adding to a selection, you want to make sure you're overlapping. Oh, that's why it didn't happen. I was doing the wrong option. There we go. So it was supposed to be subtract from selection. Okay, now we're going to select inverse. Okay. And then we're going to also rasterize. So you can rasterize first or you can inverse first. It doesn't really matter. And then once you press delete, the background will be gone. Okay. And then if you want extra credit for this assignment, you're going to add an image behind each of these pictures. Okay. So you would do the same thing for these two pictures. Again, make sure you're on the right layer. I'm going to hold down shift and select both of these layers and go to layer rasterize. Okay, so that way they're both rasterized already, but you do have to do it for each layer. And then again, you just start with the picture you want to select. You take your mouse, you drag it around. Oh, and see, I made another mistake. Okay, so the contrast is not great in this picture, so it's not picking up everything. So we'll have to go back with the lasso tool at the end, the regular lasso tool, to fix that. So I'm going to switch back to the lasso tool. I'm going to hold down shift, click and drag. Okay, anywhere, and then anywhere where I want to subtract, I'm going to hold down the option key. Again, it's alt if you're on a PC. And I'm just going to fix these pieces that are missing. Okay, like that. And now I'm going to inverse and press delete. Okay. Of course, when you're doing it, you want to have a better selection. I'm doing more of a quicker selection here. Okay. Hopefully this picture will be a little bit better. So just make sure, move slow, don't move too fast, especially when you have busy backgrounds or busy items behind the person or the object that may be distracting the tool. Because remember, it works on selecting pixels. Okay, so I'm going to come down here, click, and then get back to the beginning, click, and now I'm going to take the lasso tool, I'm going to add or remove parts that I need to add. Okay, so I'll subtract to remove, shift to add. Okay, shift is the shortcut, and then we're just going to fix this. Okay, it looks like this needs to come out, and there we go. And of course you can do a little bit more of a neater job. Okay, inverse, delete. Okay, and again, if you want extra credit, you can add a background to the picture and then just answer the question, save it, and upload it.